Well, hi everyone, Troy here from Brisbane. I've been the pastor of Access Church for almost 5 years now, and I've made this video to let you know about our next move that God has clearly called us to. You may have heard through the grapevine or probably Facebook that there's been some big shifts happening in Jen's and my life recently, and especially with our future direction for serving in the ministry in the Wesleyan Church. So I just want to take a few minutes and give you the general idea of what's going on, and I'm sure that we'll catch up at district conferences, and if not before, and we'll have a chance to discuss this in a lot more detail. But I've just finished up 3 months of sabbatical, and I spent most of that time on the beach. You're all jealous, I know. It was great. What began as a much needed holiday, though, has become one of those defining moments in our lives where Jenny and I believe we've received crystal clear direction for our next move in ministry, and it involves us taking a big step of faith. But I'm also aware that this step of faith is going to have some impact on many of us, many of you, and so I want all of us to feel a special part of this, because I couldn't do this without your ongoing support. And so I'll be praying the words of that beautiful worship song. It's called Oceans. It was very appropriate as I was sitting on the beach. It says, "Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me." And as I went away for that 3-month sabbatical, I just prayed, Lord, I'm listening to you. You have shown me something about who I am. You've shown me that over my lifetime, and whenever I take a long break, you tend to listen. Well, I tend to listen more. You tend to speak to me. Maybe I just listen better. Whichever it is, you tend to give me clear directions in those times, and so I'm listening right now. And I spent some time and prayerfully reviewing my life, looking at my spiritual gifts and heart passions, my abilities and my personality and experiences. And I found the kind of shape that my gift mix that God has placed within me enables me to start new works or build teams and get things off the ground and develop leaders and bring new life and rebuild something that was broken. And that's just the kind of ministry that I've been best at over my past 22 years now in serving in the Wesleyan Church. I've learned that about myself as a leader. And as I went through the process of reviewing my shape, and I began seeing how my shape could be used in my next season of ministry to serve more than just our local church at Access, but serve many churches, I began reflecting on where I'm at today as well. And I really sensed that the vision that I had a few years ago back, actually it was 22 years ago, back in 1995, for a brand new church up in North Lakes, that vision had really been fulfilled. God has done that. We have an awesome church family here, and for our community in North Lakes and for the surrounding suburbs, and most of you have heard it's just been phenomenal in the way that it's grown, and God has blessed that ministry in these past few years. It's happened. There's so much I could share about that, and actually there's 22 years of memories that I have that come flooding back over me. So that led me to ask, well, what's next? What now? What's this new season look like? And there's an amazing shift happening, and I hope that you could sense the Spirit's leading on this one. I'm sensing the Spirit's leading to personally move from pastoring just one local church at Access in Brisbane and to take a step of faith into the national leadership role that you elected me to as the church growth leader, to support Rex's vision and to help lead a movement towards church revitalization, church planting, and a leadership development culture to provide that extra layer of support to our pastors, leaders, and the church in general. I believe now is the time that we need to stir up a multiplication mindset into the life of the Wesleyan Church in Australia. So what does that really mean? It means that over the coming years, we need to raise up and release pastors and leaders to follow their dreams and give birth to many, many more new churches and ministries. It means networking our existing churches and supporting the revitalization, bringing new life into the existing Wesleyan churches to reach more and more of their potential as well. It means providing another layer of support for our pastors and leaders with practical coaching and excellent resources to help grow the ministry, encouraging leadership development, helping our leaders be at their best, unblocking growth blockages, seeing exciting new opportunities unleashed in our movement. It means focusing on developing a multiplication mindset within each local ministry that would spark that movement over the whole denomination, that it would be filled with expectancy and faith to grow and multiply, a movement of God's Spirit that we could all be part of together. Now, that's our next move. We're calling it National Impulse, and Jen and I believe it's a new move of the Spirit for all of us in the Wesleyan Church, so much so that we're taking a big step of faith and we're jumping right into it. Now, as I've shared this with many people now, it's been supported by our leaders and by our members in our church, and in fact, our General Superintendent, Reverend Wayne Schmidt, fully endorses what I'm talking about here. Our national and our district superintendents fully endorse and support this. I'm excited to work alongside Rex to support his vision for our denomination. My good friend Lex Akers, our New South Wales DS, he fully supports this plan. I thought I better ask my wife about what she thought too, and that'd be a good move, right? So, she says, Troy, I'd known for a long time that this was a possibility. I asked my family, my parents, my kids, they all agree this is a God move. I cast this vision to our local board at Axis, to the district board, South Queensland District, and then to the national board just recently. All unanimously agree that this is our next move and that this is a God move. And as I've been sharing this with Pastor Joel Heron from Michigan in the States, this entire journey from the moment I kind of met him on Skype a few months back, and since being here in Australia, he's been Axis's interim pastor while I've been away on my sabbatical. I just can't help believe that God has brought us together for such a time as this, and that the timing is just perfect for us here at Axis Church as well. So here's what I'm sharing with you as our next move. Axis Church has taken a step of faith to release me, to have the time, to focus, to begin working on this national vision immediately. And I'm asking you, would you be part of that vision with me? I already know I need your help as we're stepping out into the ocean where the Spirit is leading me, where my trust is without borders. Now, what can you see in this vision? This could be the birth of a new Spirit-led multiplication movement within our denomination, and I pray it will be. Wouldn't it be awesome to say that we were part of that? Exciting opportunities lay ahead for us. But right now, I want to ask you to pray. And I will look forward to updating you more along the way as we begin this next move, National Impulse. I'll see you at conference, where I can't wait to be together and sense a new move of the Holy Spirit among us, and we look at our next move together. Bless you all. Thanks, everyone.